Namaskaram. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is discussing about one nation, one election since 2016. One nation, one election means voters will cast their votes for Lok Sabha and State Assembly on the same day, once in 5 years. India as a nation has progressively innovated the democratic process over last 7 decades. We are a very diverse and complex nation. So at the time of independence, several Western thinkers thought that India cannot survive as a single nation. They thought that India could never succeed in democracy. On the contrary, they predicted Pakistan to be successful, where there is one religion, one belief, one custom, and one law, lesser complications, and easy to handle. But future proved otherwise. There were several reasons for why world was doubting India's ability to travel through a democratic path. Our first general election was held in 1951. It took 4 months to conclude the election because 85% of the voters were illiterate and never voted before. Majority of the women voters never even recognized themselves as a citizen. In the election list, they prefer to register themselves as wife of so and so, daughter of so and so, or a widow of so and so. This was the situation. In addition to this, there were 8 million refugees who came from Pakistan. We accommodated them also in the first election itself. Thereon, our democracy has continuously progressed election after election. So many innovative changes were introduced and implemented successfully over last 7 decades. In every election, something new got introduced. The electoral transformation that we see in India, we will not see that anywhere in the world. US, Germany, Belgium, France, UK, all of them, even today, are counting the ballot papers. One nation, one election is the latest innovation that Indian democracy is awaiting to witness. In our country, every day, in some part or the other, there is an election that is happening. It could be in Gram Panchayat, municipality, corporation, state or central elections, or even it could be a by-election. Each of these elections are complicated and adding direct financial burden on exchequer. Let me read out a statistics from 2019 general election. Then you will understand how complex Indian elections are. In 2019 general elections, 900 million eligible voters from 29 states. 1.1 million polling booths were arranged. 83 million new voters. 11 million officials were deployed to conduct the polls. 5 million police personnel were deployed. 2,293 registered political parties were in the contest. 8,040 candidates were participating. This is huge. This is happening in a smaller scale in all elections. If these elections are conducted together, that will reduce the enormous cost that we are incurring for conducting elections. Look at the situation today. Our country is in an election mood throughout the year. Ruling parties are focused on election rather than governance. This has to change. One nation, one election will transform Indian democracy further. I was going through the list of bills that are scheduled to be tabled in the monsoon session of the parliament that is starting on 14th of September. I could not see one nation, one election in that list. Hopefully, this will get tabled during the winter session. But one thing is sure, Congress will oppose this because they are meant for that. Congress will oppose this because this is coming from Narendra Modi. Also, when nations start thinking together for an election, regional parties will start losing their relevance. So some of them may also oppose this. As Roosevelt once mentioned, democracy must be progressive in nature. Indian democracy is truly progressive one. Casting your vote once in 5 years is not alone is democracy. Democracy will get strengthened when there is broad participation in expressing your views. Even this video is my attempt to be part of Indian democracy. So we will all wait for the next progressive step by the Indian Parliament. One nation, one election. Thank you so much. Vande Mataram.